This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled and followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, as the fog was lifting, a voice was chanting. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking, I saw a sign there, and on the sign it said no trespassing, but on the other side it didn't say nothing. That side was made for you and me. In the shadow of the steeple, I saw my people. By the relief office, I see my people. As they stood there hungry, I stood there asking, is this land made for you and me? Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can ever make me turn back. This land was made for you and me.
Lovely, lovely. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos. Rabbi Jasper is not here this evening. She's on vacation. Hopefully she'll be back very shortly or very soon. My name's Reina Jose. I'm the executive director. Welcome in person and on Zoom. I'm honored to have with me Sarah, soloist, and Conrad, pianist. And as well, we have some guest readers this evening and a guest person doing the Devar Torah, Nick. So we're very excited for this evening's service, and happy July 4th as well. We're going to open with a reading that I have. As we gather today to celebrate the 4th of July, Temple Ohev Shalom wants to take a moment to acknowledge the land on which we stand. We are gathered on the ancestral homeland of the Susquehannock people, for whom the Susquehanna River and so much of this region is named. We recognize that the freedoms and independence we celebrate today were not extended to the indigenous peoples of this land, including the Susquehannock and their descendants, the Conestovas, who were massacred in nearby Lancaster County in 1763, just over a decade before the Declaration of Independence was signed. As we celebrate, we hold space for this history and recommit ourselves to the ongoing work of justice and inclusion for all people. There we go. Okay, page 124. 124. We enter the sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. Now we, in our turn, come into the sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayer. And I'm honored to call up Gloria Kaplan to light our candles, and that is on page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. L'cha Dodi on page 138.
פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, ושם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נזהוה, סוף מצבת מחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורק ומאורי, אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובשוכנה, תוך אמונוי עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
You may be seated. Page 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, וילמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב במרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם לעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויפאר וירומם וינשא וירהדר ויתהלל שמי קודשה ברכו לעילם עם כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תאמירן בעלמה במרו אמן.
Please rise if you are able for the Baruchu, which is on page 146. I'm honored to call up Judy Heckert to read page 149.
And please be seated.
Thank you.
That's good. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv haravi.
And on page 150, Linda?
Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Ameru Yisrael.
Please rise if you are able, and we'll do Shema on page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu,
seated. Page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם בארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם. אמן.
Page 157, I'd like to call up Teresa.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai foot. That's whatever we go, it is internally, thank you, Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the I'm only seeing out of one eye right now, and of course, for some reason, I can't read anything. That the winding way to this, that promise passes through the wilderness. That there is one way to get from here to there, except by joining hands and marching together. Sorry about that.
Thank you. Micha Mocha, page 158.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, uki hayom lifnei Moshe uMiriam, ze Elianu ve'amru, ze Elianu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele.
Page 162, Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Please rise for tefillah on page 164.
Adonai sefatay tifach ufi ani tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Kumel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Hashtei Avot Ve'imot, U'mevii Geula Livnei B'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיה, כל לצדיו להושיע, מוריד אתה, מחכה חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומק נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לך חיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהדוך סלע, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. Please turn to page 180.
יהיו לרצון עם רפי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי וגואלי
And I'm honored to call up Miriam to read on page 376.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and the forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Amen. Please turn to page 371 as we ask God for blessings for people in our community who are sick and in need of healing. Charles Alter, Larry Barnes, Arnold J. Baum, Tracy Dupert, Lois Gallowitz, Joan Gibson, Andy Gordon, Linda Grobman, David Groft, Pastor Lori H. Rivera, Jennifer F. Jones, Honey Kibler, Marvin Kimmel, Deborah Nelson, Steve Naiman, Dr. Lisa Niabingi, John O'Day, Anna Platkow, Larry Shapiro, Nathan Snyder, Ian Spar, Diane Tankel, Clara Taylor, and Arlene Yoffe. And if there's anyone else that you would like to say, Risa? Anyone else? Okay. And let us say, Baruch atah Adonai Rofa HaKolim. Blessed are you, Lord our God, who heals the sick. And let us say, Amen. Misha Baruch on page 371.
Tenu
Okay, so now is the time of the service that we call upon someone to do either the sermon or the Devar Torah, and I'm honored to call up Nick for this evening's wise words of wisdom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
There is a tradition in many of our Reformed congregations, especially as we approach days of national significance, to conclude our services not just with the Aleinu or Adon Olam, but with a prayer for our country. And often that prayer takes the form of a song, a prayer written by a Jewish immigrant named Israel Berlin, a man we know better under urban Berlin. Fleeing the pogroms of Eastern Europe, Berlin arrived in a country that, despite its flaws, offered his family something unprecedented, a future. Years later, he penned the hymn that has become our unofficial national anthem, God Bless America. We all know the words, we all know the lyrics. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. This evening, I want to ask you to consider a slight variation of Berlin's famous plea. What happens when we ask God, not just to stand beside our nation, but to stand behind her and guide her? To stand beside someone is to be a companion and supporter, but stand behind someone, that is the posture of a parent holding the seat of a bicycle before letting go. It is the posture of somebody providing structural support, having your back, offering a gentle but firm push forward when the path gets steep. To stand behind America and guide her is to acknowledge that this nation is grand but also fragile experiment that requires a steady hand at its back. God does not have hands. God relies on us. If God is to stand behind America and guide her, God must do so through us. We are not the first people to stand at the verge of a new era, wondering how to guide a complex and unruly multitude into the future. Our ancestors faced this exact anxiety in the wilderness. In the book of Numbers, Moses receives devastating news. God takes him up to the heights of Mount Abarim and shows him the promised land, but tells him, "You shall not cross over." The area of Moses is ending. Moses' immediate reaction is not self-pity. His immediate reaction is concern for the nation. He says to God, "Let the Eternal One, source of the breath of all flesh, appoint someone over the community who shall go out before them and come in before them, so that the God's community may not be like sheep that have no shepherd." God responded by instructing Moses to appoint Joshua. Take Joshua, an inspired man, and lay your hand upon him. Invest him with some of your majesty, so that the whole Israelite community may obey. Think of that very moment. Moses stands behind Joshua. He places his hands upon his successor's head. He guides him. Later, as the transition is fully realized, Moses calls for Joshua and says to him, in the presence of all Israel, "Chazak ve'amatz," be strong and resolute. Be strong and resolute. For it is you who shall go with the people into the land. Joshua was terrified. I would be too. He was not Moses. He could not split the sea. He could not bring water from a rock. He was stepping into a world that would require governance, compromise, warfare, and much more. Joshua needed to know that the Spirit of the divine and the wisdom of the teacher stood firmly behind him to guide him. We today are living in our own Joshua generation. Tomorrow we will celebrate a monumental milestone, the 250th birthday of the United States of America. 2.5 centuries have passed since a group of flawed but visionary founders signed a declaration in Philadelphia setting forth the radical idea that all people are created equal. As we approach the 250th birthday of our nation, we must recognize that the founding miracles of our nation are in our past. We are still living in the so-called promised land, and we have found that keeping it requires constant, determined labor. 250 years is a triumph of democratic endurance, but it also means our institutions are older, our fractures are deeper, and our need for guidance is more urgent than ever. But where do we look for that guidance? Joshua had the Torah, the written law given by Moses. America has the Declaration of Independence and its Constitution, serving as our foundational scrolls, as well what scholars call the Talmud of America, which is a collection of commentaries and the analysis key phrases from the Declaration of Independence, such as life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. The American Talmud is our living, breathing, arguing tradition of laws and civic debate. It is found in the rhetoric of Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address and in the challenges of leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. It is a sacred, ongoing argument about what it means to be free, constantly reinterpreting the original words, we the people, to include those who were originally left out. Those without property, the homeless, people of color, women, the indigenous, the immigrant, the LGBTQ+ community. The Talmud of America is found in the dissenting opinions of the Supreme Court. When Justice Louis Brandeis wrote his fiery dissent advocating free speech and privacy, or when Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, of blessed memory, read her dissent from the bench to ensure her voice was recorded for future generations, she was engaging in the exact same practice as the school of Shammai, who preserved their losing arguments in the Jewish Talmud, trusting the future generation might need their wisdom. To stand behind America and guide her into the next 250 years means must we actively participate in this great unfolding argument. Reformed Judaism teaches us the concept of continuous revelation. God's voice continues to echo through history, speaking through the moral awakenings of humanity. Revelation happens in the voting booth. Revelation happens in the peaceful protest. Revelation happens in the courtroom, in the classroom, and in the halls of Congress. But this ongoing revelation requires our active participation. America is not a self-sustaining machine. Democracy is not a spectator sport. If we simply stay back and wait for a light from above to miraculously solve our political division and our systematic injustices, the darkness will win. God blesses America when Americans bless one another. God guides America when we have the courage to stand behind her. Think back to Joshua. When Moses laid his hand on him, it was a transfer of responsibility and power. The era of waiting for miracles was over. All of a sudden, the area of human partnership with the divine had begun. The transfer of leadership from Moses to Joshua is historically significant, as it established the foundation for institutional continuity, demonstrating that all movement survival depends on a seamless transfer of authority from a visionary founder to a pragmatic executor. We see this reflected in a way in the modern presidential peaceful transfer of power, emphasizing that national stability must always supersede any single executive tenure. It reflects congressional leadership transitions where long-term legislative agendas require successive leaders to maintain momentum. As we look forward to the 250th anniversary of this nation, we must lay our hand upon the shoulders of this republic. We must be its structural support. True patriotism is not blind obedience. It is loving this country enough to demand it lives up to its highest ideals, our highest ideals. For me, as a member of our military, guiding America does not mean dictating its political direction, but rather acting as a guardian of its democratic process by defending the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. My role is to provide a secure foundation of safety and stability that allows this nation democratic institutions, and that the peaceful transfer of power will be functioning without fear. I am committed to protect the very liberties we all love and we all cherish, while ensuring that anyone who wishes to bear the burden of freedom can also steer the country's destiny. When we all come together, we advocate for the poor and the marginalized. We are guiding her. When we protect the stranger and the refugee, we're remembering the gratitude of immigrants living here like Irving Berlin, we are standing behind her. When we fight to ensure that every citizen's voice can participate in the ongoing debate of our American Talmud, we are keeping the flame of liberty burning. Irving Berlin wrote "God Bless America," a prayer born of profound gratitude from a man who knew the darkness of the world and found the light of freedom on these shores. Let us honor the gratitude with action. Let us be the strength behind the song, behind the prayer. Let us not be passive inheritors of this republic, and let us be its fiercest champions. Let us stand behind America. Let us guide her through the night. Let us ensure that this very light from above is fueled by the fire of our own hearts, a fire of justice, of freedom, and of unwavering, unapologetic belief in the majestic promise of the United States of America. May God bless America, but more importantly, may God grant us the courage, the resilience, and the wisdom to stand behind her and guide her. May we be strong and resolute, and may we never be dismayed. Happy 4th of July, Sasak Ve'ematz, Amen, and Shabbat Shalom. Was it?
Thank you. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Oh, Conrad is crying. You don't.
It's very nice.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Thank you again, Nick. Thank you. That was really good. Really good. Please rise if you are able and turn to page 586 for Elenu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, להתיר ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוצר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינה רוזו בגובה מרומי, הוא אלוהינו
You may be seated. Page 595. It is hard to sing of oneness when the world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our life have gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can tell us only what we were, in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and words, and what they did is part of what we have become. We do best homage to our dead when we live our lives more fully, even in the shadow of our loss. For each of our lives is worth the life of the whole world, and each one is the breath of the ultimate one. In affirming the one, we affirm the worth of each one whose life, now ended, brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone, and every life finds purpose. We remember the recent passing of Frank Levy and Joy Pullman, mother of Les Pullman. And we remember the people whose yahrzeit is being observed on this day. Avis Cooper, Albert Percy Durrance, Mildred Foreman, Marilyn Fox, Abraham Garner, Rose Goodman, Grace Hess, Roy W. Kibler, Bessie Lott, Herman Marks, William Molfelder, Florence Widney, Martin S. Roberts, Jack Rose, Thelma Spar, Abraham J. Sherman, Walter L. Stern, Esther Gross Wheel. And is there anyone else who has a yahrzeit that they're remembering this evening?
My grandmothers, both of them, Beverly Sharpstein and Pearl Schilling.
For those who are named or those who are named in your hearts, we ask you to please rise if you're able as we say the Mourner's Kaddish, which is found on page 598. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yamad livrach hirotei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomachon, uv'chayei t'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach, elam olmei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yiromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shmei kudusha b'reichu, v'elam min kol birchata b'shirata, tushbachata b'nechemata, da'amiran b'yalma b'yimru, amen. Yehei shlam araba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. Osei shalom b'mrama, uya osei shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. May you find comfort in these words that were said, and may the source of peace send peace and comfort to all who are those bereaved, and let us all say, amen. You may be seated. Okay, some announcements this evening, right? So our adult Hebrew school was changed. Instead of Sunday mornings, it is now Wednesday evenings, and it's in the handout if anyone is interested in signing up. It's starting on July 15th, 7 weeks of classes every Wednesday from 7 to 8:30. There's a QR code in the handout, or you can call the office if you'd like to register for the class. And Yona is teaching the class. On July 24th, we are celebrating Pride Shabbat with a potluck dinner as well. That's July 24th. Potluck dinner starts at 6. Services start at 7 that evening. And there's a QR code to sign up for the dinner. If you would like to bring something, that would be great. If you don't like using QR codes, that's okay. You could just call the office and I can put you in for the RSVP. And our religious school, the signups are online now, so you can register if you have any children, grandchildren, what have you. The QR code is also in the handout. First day of religious school will be August 30th. That will also be our temple picnic. More information coming out very shortly on that. So religious school August 30th, along with the temple picnic, and Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Do we have an ending song?
We do, and
ending
feel
song.
free to rise. It is another patriotic tune called America the Beautiful.
Please rise if you're able.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of gray, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet whose stern impassioned stress a thoroughfare for freedom beat across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thine every flaw, confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in law. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine. Last verse. Oh, beautiful for patriot dream that sees beyond the years, thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Ooh, that was great. That was great. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Conrad. Thank you to all those that read. Thank you, Nick. Please join us for Kiddush and Motzi in the back there. And thank you all for coming, and thank you all on Zoom as well. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Nicely done, Sarah. Nicely done. I don't know how you do it. That's amazing.